Welcome to This is Fitness, the podcast for the bodybuilding and all things fitness, bringing you real life version of the fitness industry from people who've lived and breathed it. We explore new trends and serious topics while dispelling myths and calling out stupidity within the fitness industry. Jimmy and Chris offer their unique insight, delivered with healthy sarcasm. Let's crush those fitness goals together. This is Fitness. And now your hosts, Jimmy Sadek and Chris Thomas.
Welcome to episode 7. This is Fitness in series 3. Joined again by 150-time Mick Australia, Michael Gallen, and our good friend and newly crowned Masters New South Wales champion, Jimmy Sadek. There he is. Look at the head.
How are we doing?
You're lucky you got a beard. Otherwise, there'd be no face.
No. There's no way I'm losing the beard. I look like... the head would be very small.
Mm-hmm. How are you, Mick?
Jimmy?
I'm good, mate.
Unreal. That was really good to see, man. We're all pretty freaking hopeful. Dude, that transformation with that physique, obviously we'll touch on that too, Chris. Like, unreal.
100%. Yeah, because that was personal, that one, along the way with a bit of shit that went along. So kind of like for that to happen the way it did, Jimmy stayed quiet the whole time, like an absolute legend. But there's a few people who need the giant middle finger stuck up at them over that. But and we'll do that.
Oh, that's only been good.
Oh, yeah. So where do we start? Do we start with Jimmy or we start with the Queenslands?
Absolutely. Let's start with Jimmy.
Yeah, let's go. Jimmy.
I was the same, Jimmy. It was pretty hard to see for a lot of people, a few months back or a year back and stuff like that. What you've done at your age to get that body where it is now is, dude, kudos to you. That's absolutely amazing, man. I take my hat off to you. I really think that's unreal. And not obviously because you're a mate of ours too, but just to see that in general. How did it feel being on stage after 10 years?
It's strange. Like the week leading up from Monday morning, my body just almost went into autopilot. Like it knew something was up. Like the week was easy. And everything kind of just like compounded. It was getting better. The look was getting better. Everything we wanted to do was happening. Then like to getting on the actual stage, dude, I wasn't stressed, period, until I got backstage. And then it was like, oh fuck, right? But the adrenaline dump was massive to the point where I had to pep talk myself while I was on stage because I could feel myself like shaking, getting into the poses and that. And like I'm like, just breathe slower. Like don't flex as hard. Like it's like the shit that I'd say to fucking everyone else the last 10 years. I'm saying it to myself. I'm like, calm the fuck down, So, man, it's hard. It was so much harder than I remembered. Being like going through the poses and things like that. Partly because, like I said last week, I didn't practice posing.
I was going to say that, Chris. Do you remember last week I asked the question? Jimmy,
and I said going into this, I said this was like that's going to hurt me. Yeah, but if I needed to practice posing for this prep with everything I needed, whatever else I needed to do, I wouldn't have competed. So, and I said to my missus, I said, like, if I can't pull something out of my ass, for 10 minutes on stage after being in this sport for 25 years, like, come on. I'd have to be able to do something, So, the good thing is going into Melbourne now, I've got shit to work on and to get better. So, but to answer your question blatantly, it was hard. It was tough, but and the hardest part was because looking after backstage for so long with Mark's show all those years, I see people backstage and I think they look really good and they go under the lights and they look like shit. And vice versa. I see someone and I go, you don't look that good. Then they get under the lights and they fucking shine. So I didn't know how my look was going to go from what I see in the gym or like in the mirror, sending in my check-ins to what the judges and everyone else is going to see under the lights on stage. I didn't know what it was going to look like. I didn't know how my posing would feel, like what I'm supposed to feel to what people are going to see. Until I saw all the photos afterwards, and I saw how like happy Jamie was backstage leading up to it, and the things he was saying. And then I saw the photos, and I was like, "Yeah, mad."
Hey, because how did you and Jamie hook up?
And so season A at Melbourne, I got introduced to him, and we just started chatting. He'd just come from Dubai because he's living here now in Sydney with his missus.
Okay.
And he'd used the newbie a shit ton in Dubai. Got talking, realized I am the newbie here. And then so that next week, he just started coming to the gym, and I was training him 3 times a week: Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Because he was getting ready to do the end of the shows. And then it was like, and then obviously I saw his page, and he's popping his athletes up that he's prepping each week. And I'd always said, like, if I'll compete again, I want like this fucking Branch Warren hardness, dryness condition that isn't always seen in Australia. If I was going to do it, I would want to do it like that. That's it. And that's the look that he was continuously uploading with his clients. Bang, bang, dry, hard, dry, hard. And then I'm like, fuck, all my stars are the line. I had time to do this. And then I'm like, if I get this guy to do it, it's not like getting one of you fellas to prep me, because when shit if I drop off or whatever, you guys are like, it's okay, you work hard, or it's okay, you got a kid, it's all right, you work long hours. You know what I mean? Well, this guy that didn't know me from a bar of soap, this guy would be just like, well, he's this lazy fuck, he can't even stick to a diet or whatever, you know? So it's that element of just having someone that just didn't give a fuck about who I was or what I had to do. It was like, let's just try and get him in shape. So that's when I said to him, I should do the shows. He goes, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. So I was training him, he was prepping me, and we just kept we got a roll on. That's how we met.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. Is there anything you would have changed in that final week, or you were pretty happy with everything?
No, that final week went fucking 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
But like in taking, okay, that photo that I posted of me like kind of standing upright with my leg locked out and me looking down, if you said to me, how do you want to look on stage 20 weeks ago, it would be like that. That's it. Exactly that, right? Moving forward to next week, it's going to be a rinse and repeat of the week. But I know things that I can do better to make that look better without trying. Like take 2 sips of water when I go do a piss on Saturday night or Friday night instead of 3. Like things like that. Like just push it a little bit harder. Train a bit harder during this week. Do some fucking rounds of posing between now and Melbourne. Yeah? Like, so from what I've seen from that look on Sunday, give it another 20% on top for Saturday coming.
Nice.
Well, what you said before, Jimmy, about people backstage and that sort of stuff, at the end of the day, the one thing that doesn't change, if you're really in shape, you're going to look good regardless. That's the thing. And people just don't bother trying to get to that point. Like you're finishing the job off. You know, if you're really, really conditioned, you're going to look good regardless of the lights. You know, it's these ones that kind of like get halfway, and there's a lot of them all the time, isn't there? I mean, you know, like to get to that last little bit's difficult. So people seem to cut corners a little bit, and then you get the odd person that looks sloppy backstage that when they flex, they come alive. There's a lot of that. But you're in condition, man. There's no surprises, you know? So I think that the lesson to be learned here to people, you know, don't just judge someone's story, you know, from what you know nothing. I'm not going to give anyone any fucking credit because I've inboxed pretty much fucking the main culprit because he's an absolute cocksucker. and an absolute flop of a human being and the worst fucking pro I've ever fucking seen as well. You know, I'd like to see if he's going to put a photo up now with you in the top of the screen pointing at it like that and blaming all these things. Dumb, bald-headed fuck. There you go.
Louis Marco was a big instigator of it also. Yeah.
Yeah. Watch after this one bloke just did it over and over again. You know what I mean? And he's just.
But Louis Marco posted Saturday night the transformation, which blew up too, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, well,
I have like I said last week, I have no animosity to any of them. I get it, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's all about clicks and likes and views and shit.
Yeah, but it's also about knowing the story, right? It's knowing the story, right? I mean, everyone's got a story. We should never speak about any other human being without knowing where they are, what they're doing, and what situation that they're in. You know what I mean? It's very, very easy to catch someone. I mean, how about all these pictures in the past when all this stuff used to come up years ago with the pros, right? Now, admittedly, it became a problem over the years. But every now and again, you just catch one photo of a pro half side on, turning in rotation, and he's just taking a breath and his guts are hanging over his pants. It was like, look at his guts, look at his guts. Well, you know, it's one of those things. It's a moment in time. You could take a photograph with someone with their eyes closed. You've caught them with a moment in time. Do they look like that with their eyes closed? No, you just caught them at the wrong point. You know, it's just
don't get also, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. The distended gut was the issue. There was reasons for the issue, right?
Yeah.
However, the majority of people that do have one, whether they can rectify it or not, right, are generally like 40 kilos more muscular than anyone who's talking shit on them. So, yeah, okay, they've got that. That's a body part, right? But don't discredit the 40 kilos extra muscle. I get it. It's not ideal in the world of bodybuilding, yeah? But, like, everything's give and take. Nothing's for free, right? Okay, cool. You got those that have got the most aesthetic set of abs, fantastic. You got no fucking delts either. Like, but it's just low-lying fruit that people can pick on, and it's the majority of people will jump on the bandwagon, and it is what it is. I've said it before. The internet doesn't win. Yeah, the only good thing that happened on Sunday was that I fucking beat it. Checkmate. See you later. Yeah. So no one can say anything now after that, because one, no one knew I was doing it, right? So I wasn't doing it for clout. I wasn't doing it for business. I wasn't doing it to show off. I wasn't doing it for any other reason than myself. Okay. And then when I got to showcase or what, like stand on stage, like I didn't even think I was going to look that good. Right. The last week shit come together because I think little things that we also did made it, accentuated it tenfold. Like, fuck, the only protein I consumed for the last 4 days was sashimi. Right? Like, and that digests like this. I was only having like 50 to 75 grams a meal. So, like, you know what I mean? So I during the carb load, I didn't take my waist trainer off either. So there was no chance for any of the food to stand nothing. So like there's a little bit of strategy, a lot of hard work, but like, and I'll be straight with you, I didn't suffer the last 6 to 8 weeks to get that look either. Like anyone that knows me didn't even know I was fucking competing.
It's an interesting point you said though, Jimmy, what you talked about the protein and stuff, right? Like, I mean, mate, for years, even the last show that I did, in that final week, I never ate more than a gram of protein per kilo of body weight. Whenever, you know, and I obviously utilize the space for carbohydrates, but you know, a lot of people tend to overeat protein. So, I mean, that's awesome that you brought that up because, I mean, it's there's no right or wrong way to do it, but it's agreed 100%.
But like, that's like with what you asked me that final week, nothing really. I'll honestly not actually say we should have done this instead of that. Everything worked. So,
hey, Jimmy, just curious, who did the backstage when you didn't? Because you've done it for a year, I think.
My crew. I trained the whole crew.
All right, good.
So,
Yeah,
they were all my boys. So
that would be
Jesse,
hard to give up.
Jesse has been like my right hand guy for the last 5 years. So he knows how to do it. He actually probably last show did more work than I did. I was socializing. So yeah, Jesse like did my job, and then Max, he did Jesse's job, and then our other mate Rob and Jace manned the doors, and then Tony brought down Laura as the expediter, which made the show run even fucking smoother.
Yeah.
So I heard Queensland ran like clockwork. New South Wales ran like clockwork too. It was a real good show. And dude, for whatever reason, man, like I don't know what Queensland was like, but everyone was in a good fucking mood that day. Like the vibe of the joint was just like just a good aura.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, obviously I was down the front judging the whole time, but I did go to a gym opening the day after. I was there doing a promo for Promobolics, and there was a lot of people there that had been to the show. And it was actually the first time everyone had come up and said, man, that show was run so smooth, so quick. Decisions were all pretty much spot on. And dude, I haven't been to a show. That was the biggest Queensland I've ever been to, Chris, in my all my years of competing. And
said it's the biggest show Australia's had.
Australia, yeah. So the competitor list, the numbers were humongous. Depth in some of the categories probably weren't there to what we've seen in the past, but the numbers were outstanding, freaking insane. And the fact that it ran that smooth, and I think everyone got out of there by 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because with crossovers, it was at 350, I guess, from 60. So that takes a while to get through it.
I think that the other thing too, like, I mean, it's a sport that's opinions and stuff like that too. And every time you leave a show late, you go, I don't really agree with that decision. I don't agree with that one, and all that sort of stuff. It was one of those ones where I kind of left the show, and I really honestly like looked at it and went, you know what? I saw everything. I saw the way it was done. I could see the decisions, the way they were made. It was just cool. It was a good show. Man, I was in and out. I had people by the time Classic had finished. My day was done. My guys were done by then. And mate, I mean, it was only a couple of hours. They pretty much just cruised through. So it was good.
Yeah. We it was good to
The
see.
lighting was good, Mick. The lighting was better this time than last time too, man. I want to say that.
They did spend a bit of time trying to rectify that. Obviously, the first time they did it, which was, I think, season A or last year, the lighting wasn't the best, but they've rectified all that. They've got a good backstage crew too, Mike and all the team there, photographers and stuff like that. But there was some good standouts there. Like, obviously, the best division was probably the heavyweight. You had Ryan Ackerman, who took that, but also took the overall. And I mean, we all know Ryan's got insane legs, like absolutely insane legs, but he has brought his upper body up massively. Like, he's really getting it very close to where his legs are. So he was, he was the pick for the overall. But I just want to mention that class too. You had that guy that I spoke about, the young kid, Reese Miller, from the week before when I mentioned him. He got 3 seconds, but he got second in that class too. I was very impressed with how he actually looked on stage. He was a big boy, very good shape. And then you had Jared Miller in that one as well, who got third. That was a good class. That was really, really nicely stacked.
Are they brothers?
No, they're not. No.
They're not related.
No, just both had the surname. Yeah. But the other one that was very impressive, Chris, was that I think it's Desi Welk. So Desi's only got 20% vision.
Yes.
And he was head to toe the most conditioned guy I've seen in a long time. Like,
look at
his condition was
now.
insane.
Yeah.
His shape was unreal, his symmetry, and the fact that he's only got 20% vision, that's insane. So Logan preps him. So I did speak to Logan about him a fair bit. Dude, he looked good. He was really right up there in that overall.
I spoke to Logan about it before prior. There was actually a funny story about that during the week. Someone kind of giving him some pointers with posing, giving him pointers with posing. And the guy, I'm not going to mention, but the guy that was giving him the pointers didn't know that he couldn't see.
Oh, shit.
And then Logan had to say to him, listen, his vision's not very good, mate. Like, because he was just talking to him like, he was just like, do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? So that was an interesting one, but that was good to see too, man. I tell you what, man, like, I want to bring this up, like, honestly. and it's probably not going to be popular, but I really just don't give a shit. Okay. This moustache crap with the classic, it just needs to end, right? You know, like it's every second person has got a moustache. Okay. Like it's almost like, it's like a kit to do classic, a set of fronts, a slicked hair and a moustache. Now, your physique is what's classic. Your moustache isn't. And the other thing too, that was done about 5 or more, 10 years ago, right? And it's almost like it just happens all the time. And then by the end of it, I'm just sick of it. I'm just looking at it going, really? You're just going to keep doing this stuff? The moustache, the moustache, moustache. And if you measure pro rata, the amount of percentage of moustaches in that category versus the moustaches in the overall population, it's much more advanced. Like if it was across the board, like 80% of people had mows, I go, you know what? Sign of the times. But 80% in classic got moustaches and about 10 or 15% in the other categories. Guys, stop it. It's like the deadlifters that walk around in the gym with socks. Okay. We get it. You're a deadlifter. Okay. We get it. You're in classic. Okay.
Chris,
Yeah.
do you like the Magnum PI mustache though?
You know what, Mick? I knew you were going to go down this way. If I was to do it, okay, and I would for a piss steak, I almost came dressed up today with a slick hair and a giant mo, right?
Yeah.
I would absolutely just grow the big monster fucking one.
Oh, the handlebar one.
I'd give the big one a go.
Yeah. See, I can't grow a mustache or a beard for that matter. So there's just, I get little, you know, but yeah, so I'm out of that equation altogether.
Yeah. I don't know. I look, I can do both, and I got nothing against it. It's just like enough's enough. Okay, it's like, listen, back in the days when I was barbering, okay, David Beckham, everyone knows David Beckham. He did a mohawk haircut, okay, in the 90s. All right, and it was that sort of like new age mohawk where it had hair on the sides and it was just like going into the middle, all this sort of thing. It wasn't like shaved to skin like the skinhead mohawk type thing, right? And he did that. By the time he'd done that, he'd had about 55 different haircuts over a course of 5 years. And then Australia proceeded to do that same haircut for the next 15 years. Listen, stop the fucking moustaches, okay?
I think it's a Bumstead though, isn't it?
It's a Bumstead moustache, right? And it's just like, dude, it's been done, okay? And every year they just keep coming up.
Should have been retired when he retired, really.
Hey?
It should have been retired when he retired.
Well, the following year, he didn't have it. So after he did it, so he done it once. He should have just retired it from there.
We'll mention to Tony if that can be on the next judging criteria there.
I think that we just need to DQ someone that has a mistake.
Hey, Mick, I'm gonna ask this, right?
I did have someone's name, that Noah Crockford. I think that's pronouncing. That's the guy who won the classic overall. So you remember he won the true novice open, then he won the overall. That was his first ever show.
That was a good physique, and had a moustache too, by the way. But that's okay.
Oh shit! Okay, I can't remember that.
But here's one. If I've got the wrong guy, is the one that had his hair tied back?
No. Shaved head. Hang on.
Sorry, I got the wrong guy. There was another really good one.
No, I see him here now. Yeah, here, James Denton. James Dent.
Okay.
No. Classic physique open A.
No, hang on. I need my glasses. Otherwise, it'll get.
Was it like a brown fella? In physique open B, Noah.
Yeah, Noah. That's it.
Okay, so Noah won the classic.
Yes.
No, he didn't have a massive moustache.
There's Noah.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. Actually, this is quite good that we can do it like this. There's a picture of Ryan, the overall.
Yeah.
Hey, question, Mick. The Masters in Queensland.
Yep.
What how heavy would you say they are, the winner?
Oh, I'm just having a look at now. So Ryan, Hoff. Do you remember Chris? Ryan Hoff, who used to compete.
I coached Ryan Hoff. I saw him backstage, man.
Yeah.
He was 90 something kilos, because I talked to him backstage because he did that, and I think he did heavies as well. So he would have had to have been over 90.
Yeah, I was thinking in the mid 90s, somewhere around that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he inboxed me.
Yeah. And so
I was trying to work out what the tone of the inbox was.
Well, what? How did
Here or was it?
how did it go? How did it go? Was it sexual or was it?
What did he say? Hang on.
Give me
He's Ryan's a great guy. Period.
Nah, yeah, I think it went pretty sincere. He
guy.
just said, what did he say? He goes, and when I read it, I didn't know that he competed the day before.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was a nice message. Can't wait to battle at nationals.
Yeah.
That was a nice message.
That's good. That's what you want. Pretty good
It's
friends
good.
competition. That's how it should be.
Yeah, I knew he was doing the show because I'd seen a couple of photos, and then I saw him prior to the show. So he won that, and then you had, yeah. Okay, cool. That's good.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, there's some good competitors there. I don't know the women's side, like the obviously judge it, but I don't know that side like I know the men's, because I follow all the guys.
Yeah.
The women was good too. There was some good bikini, excellent wellness. The fit model seems to be taking off more and more. There's a lot more competitors in that one as well.
So what's Mick, while we've got the judge here as well, as long as Frank, can you explain the fit model? What's the criteria in that category? Like,
it's a toned down version of bikini in a way. So it's less muscle. It's more of like a beach body kind of look. This is only the second time I've judged it. I only judged when we did the naturals in the middle of the year. So I missed season 8 because I was sick. So I was still trying to get a indication of it myself when I was there with the judges. So I was obviously asking them questions as it was going through and picking them out. But when you saw the overall winner, I think that's obviously now they're starting to get a standard of what they want it to look like. And I think the girl that has won the overall, that's pretty much their standard of how they're going to go moving forward. So yeah, that was my take on it there. I mean, I can see it getting bigger and bigger and bigger, but will it also transform as it goes on? You know, bikini was how that looked at the start, and now
there is no doubt, Mick, that's what's going to happen.
So it's a hard one to keep an eye on, I guess. So yeah, I mean, it's so in the infant stages now. So I think they need those competitors. Like when bikini happened, after a couple of shows, then they had that criteria set. They knew the exact look after. So
it's a hard one though, man, because I mean, the sport is about progression, right? And what we do is about progression, right? And in every facet, you know, whether it's getting stronger, getting bigger, all these sorts of things. And the thing that I've always been grateful for in regards to, like, I love the female categories, right? And there's some that obviously, you know, like more than others. It's like everything, you know. But it must be tough when you're on the upper echelon of a category and you're training within yourself to remain in a category. I find that concept a difficult one because, like, when, you know, as bodybuilders, we never do that realistically. We just train to just get better and better and better and bigger and that sort of stuff, you know. And the issue is that, well, it's not an issue, but the natural progression is
you kind of have done that over time. Like you have not gone like 95, 100, 100, you know, you've kept it at 90, but you've just kind of like stayed within the class, but you've gotten yourself better,
correct,
more condition, et cetera, et cetera. I think that would also be a little bit easier for a female. It doesn't take gear.
Yeah, but no, I agree with Chris too. You look at wellness, like, and I guess they're doing wellness because they like that division, but it would be hard not to train your upper body. You've got to keep that in a certain way compared to your legs.
It's not train your upper body.
Well, I think the thing is with that as well is like if you look at training and performance as an overall thing, it's not fundamentally the most perfect thing to do to have your. And I want to preface what I'm about to say by saying it is probably my favorite category, though. Okay, but fundamentally, to train something so much and not train something as much, it kind of is imbalanced as well as an overall like dynamic structure. So there's conflicting feelings about all that sort of stuff. But having said that, I do like the category because it follows and enhances female form. So obviously that's the strength of it. But what I was going to say before is that it's inevitable. It's hard to hold it back, but it's inevitable. These boundaries keep moving, right, as they progress. It's like what you touched on, Mick. It's hard to believe that fit model won't become bikini, right? Or where bikini is now, and bikini won't get to a point that's further down the track. So they all kind of keep
But
pushing the line, mate. you
case
know.
in point too, Chris, look at men's physique, where that
Correct.
started to where that is now, especially in the pro ranks. If you look at the Olympia,
Yeah,
dude, those guys are massive.
mate.
Their upper bodies, if you see them in person, they are huge. The guy that won the Queenslands, his upper body was insane. Massive chest, big delts.
A couple of
Yeah.
years ago, not to be racist, but the black fellas winning physique,
Yeah.
they were better than the open bodybuilders. Like their upper bodies were fucking
The upper bodies, yeah. The legs,
Yeah.
obviously, you know, most of them.
yeah,
don't
but like
essentially.
they're jacked individuals. Like they're big fellas.
Yeah.
I remember when that category came out in the beginning, I had a guy that I coached many years ago who had absolutely stunning physique. And shout out to Johnny, he knows who he is, right? And we prepared him for a show, and this is no exaggeration, he was about similar sort of height to me. He was about 82, 83 kilos, right? And just symmetrically, just spotless. And he ended up getting second place because they said he was too big, right? So that's where it came from. I mean, now these guys, you got guys in board shorts that are 100 kilos, pretty much. You know what I mean? So, and I don't. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not a swipe or anything negative, but it's like what we're talking about, Mick. It's that progression that
You can look at the crossovers at the
sport.
moment. A lot of guys from 212 going to opens, a lot of classic going into bodybuilding. I think we're going to start seeing some men's physique going to classic as well overseas. Some of them are just that good, and they've got the legs. They could make that transition. So I think that'll be the next class we see people going up further, because again, like Chris said, you said before, how long can you keep training in a certain way, staying in that category and that look when your body just wants to get better?
Yeah. Hey, should we touch on the New South Wales show?
Yeah.
Guys winning. That's a fucking standout. Hey, we start with Bobby. Bobby won again, but Bobby got big, man. Like I can't see Bobby doing the under 80s anymore.
Mhm.
To be fair.
So how close is Bobby to pinning an overall? Like, you know,
Keep going, guys. I'll be back 2 seconds.
They put him in the center.
oh, did they?
Yeah. So in terms of, I think, overall completeness,
Yeah.
he won that overall. In terms of balance, conditioning, fullness, hardness.
Right.
It's like, yeah, you put half a foot on Bobby, he wins, right?
Yep.
But like he just looked big yesterday. Like he was bursting full.
Yeah.
Rock, right? That's his best look by far. But I cannot see his next showing. He will not be in the under 80s. He's got to move on.
Yeah, dude. How good has Bobby been going for years?
Yeah.
Whenever you see competitions and who's in it, and I see Bobby in it, I'm like, well, that's a given, pretty much.
Yeah, it's become that way, hasn't it?
Yeah. He said when I shared your picture yesterday, Jimmy, of your show, I got a lot of people inboxing me, like a lot, saying how good that was to see. Bobby was one of them, mate. He was so happy to see you the way you look too. So he's not only an excellent bodybuilder, Bobby's a really good. He's a fucking good. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, Jimmy, it was also. Yeah.
I picked up the Bobby outside while I was waiting for Verity and Apollo to get there before I went on stage. And he's just a cool dude, man. Like,
mate, he was one of the ones that was. He was one of the regulars who were on those posts, just giving it to these people too, mate, every time. So,
moving up to the 90s, upset. Dylan Harrigan, novice, first time he competed, or maybe not the first time, but he hasn't caused the ruckus before. He upset Ben Roberts, who I would have thought leading into the show he was a gimme. But Benny's conditions are off the charts.
it is. Yeah,
at every show,
and it was a good decision.
Look, I said right before. Okay, so they moved Dylan onto. They moved Dylan to the right side, I think, of Ben, which I thought they were moving him to the right side of Ben and had someone else on the left of Ben. So they kept Ben in the middle, right? Because there was 6 of them. And I said, he's moved into second. He should be second because he's real close, right? His upper body was just massive, right? He just had size on Ben. From behind, Ben smoked him. But they gave it to Dylan, man, and look, he deserved it. I know Ben was upset. However, this was Ben's first time in the under 90s, and I know he weighed in with a shirt on. he wanted to test the waters in the under 90s because he wants to move up next year or the year after. So, national. I spoke to Ben too. Ben will go down to under 80s and he'll fight Bobby at nationals, which would be a cracker show.
So I didn't realize Ben was at that. I thought he was. I took it for granted he was an under 90 all the time. So he's his low 80s, is he? Is that where it's at?
So Ben would have weighed in at like 90.5. No, sorry. He would have weighed in at 80.5.
Yeah, gotcha.
Because he weighed in with his shirt on. So he'll be down under 80 at nationals. Dylan would have been upwards of like the up part of that category because he was big, man, like big and fucking hard. He looked gnarly. Obviously Danny Schneider won the open heavyweight.
Did he move up a class?
No, so last year he won the under 90 Aussies, but he competed in the under 100s at New South Wales.
That's right.
And then his body just raced in between the 2 weeks between New South Wales and nationals, and he went back under 90. So
he's good. He's bloody good.
He's solid at that heavyweight. He's like 94 to 96, somewhere in around that range. Dude, I trained with him yesterday. I usually train him once a week, but I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to train with him tomorrow, like the day after the show, and we posed after that. Dude, this guy's fucking quad hammy glute just area is just wild, like wild off the jump. So it's going to be real good because the guy that won the overall for Queensland is obviously a heavyweight.
Is Danny? I'm presuming he's going to the Nationals to try for the pro card, but is there anyone you know, Jimmy, that's going to follow on to go to Vegas for the Amateur Olympia?
I know Bobby is.
Bobby, oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, Bobby's a USA fiend.
I feel that.
Like, they all should. But however, and then obviously like the super heavyweights, obviously it's the Chris Abella show. Bro, dude, I'd probably say it's the best front double bicep I've ever seen. Ever.
How did he compare?
Not even take the condition away, let's take all that shit, but just pure shape. If you like to just black out the whole screen and just put that shape on a t-shirt, best front double bicep, like proportion-wise ever. Right? I think that he got a gift in the overall. Sorry, Chris, don't get upset.
No, you've been on it. You've got to be honest.
I think Danny should have beat him on the backside alone.
So what was Chris's? What was his condition? No, this is just
Chris's condition was better than last year.
Right. So, but was he exactly where he needed to be? Is the question I'm asking? No. Okay.
He can go. It's whether it's like it's a muscle problem back there where he just doesn't have enough muscle to get rid of the extra little bit he needs to, because like it doesn't, like from the front he's diced, like his quads are diced and they're veiny and they're shredded, right? It's just soft from the back, his ass, right? And I know 2-3 years ago he had this massive off season where he got to about 300,000 kilos, right? So I think it's still coming in from that. And I know Tim and that pushed him real hard on the diet with the low calories and stuff like that this year. It's better than last year. And to be fair, take that out of it. Like that's obviously, we look at the flaws or you look at our weaknesses and shit like that, right? You take that weakness out, he's untouchable. From the front, he's untouchable. Side, he's untouchable. So you're going to lose 2 poses from the back. All right, good on you. Give him up. You
still got to close the door behind you, as the saying I always say. You've got to not let someone else have the chance to walk through.
So much room to improve, but you got to remember he's young as fuck.
No. This isn't a criticism. I think it's an astounding physique. I look at it and structurally, I think what you're saying is 100% correct. I look at it and just shake my head. I mean, I think for me, I just sit there and just go, I fucking can't wait until, the guy he's got nothing but glad wrap for skin, what it's going to look like, because it's going to be deadly.
and it's trending that way.
Yeah.
You know, and I look, and hats off to like Tim. Like and I have no idea about what they do. I didn't speak to him about it, but I'd be assuming that Tim isn't willing to burn off the rest of the physique just to get these glutes in.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he
Yeah.
doesn't need to, so it's a timing thing. It's to just get lean this prep, get lean next prep, and eventually they're gonna come. Like, but dude, Chris is cool. Like we had the top room up backstage. It was me, him, Danny, and a few others. But like we had a ball, man. Like it was just so chilled.
Mm, mm.
Hey, I made a mistake too. Bobby was middleweight. I said under 70, didn't I?
Yeah, no, yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Sorry, Bobby. I didn't. Yeah, middleweight.
he's short enough.
You should have actually rectified me on that, Jimmy. Come on.
I didn't even hear you say that.
Pretty sure I said it.
I'd probably not ever question you when it comes to bodybuilding either.
Yeah, that's what.
My
That's
memory's
what
not the best lately, mate. My memory's going fast.
hey?
Yeah.
That's good.
We let's do some because I know you got a client, Chris, and Mick. You got to get out of here.
Yeah, I've got to get.
It's getting late. It's dinner time for Mick. So we let's do some predictions for next week. Based on what we've seen, well, obviously all the stage shows have happened, so we might as well start at supers then, and then we can finish. Now, you want to start at what, under 80s? I don't know many under 70s.
Yeah, I haven't looked at a lot of the other shows. I can only. I reckon. Let's just go on overall. Who do we think is going to win the overall of each class?
Of each class, or the of the?
Well, let's just pick that. Which ones do we like? Well, it's hard, isn't it? Like we obviously love our bodybuilding, so. I think this,
Okay, with the board shorts, the guy that won the Queenslands, he needs to be leaner. A huge amount of size. He blew everyone away with his size. So literally, he could have been tighter though. The guy on the right side of him, I'm not sure what his name is. Sorry, forgive me for that. He had a really nice physique, and he was really tight. Really tight. If that decision went round the other way, I wouldn't have been upset with that either. But I understand why it went that way as well. So, anyhow, if that guy's tighter, he's going to be difficult to beat. I think. I don't know his name, Mick. Sorry.
no, I haven't got it down either.
Yeah. So,
well, then I think okay. So classic. It have to be Dashy, yeah.
You would think so, yeah. Well, definitely going off what I've seen, and I haven't taken much of a notice of the other shows, but I did look at his pictures from Perth, and he was very impressive. So
look, he's been on the cusp for years now. Like he's kind of been good enough. So I don't know, man. I'd like to see him do bodybuilding personally, but that's just.
I said that to someone yesterday, Chris. I said, man, I reckon he should push that limit.
Yeah,
he's got the frame, he's got the structure.
And look, as I said, it's not that I don't think. And as I said, fucking people always get butt hurt. You know, it's a compliment. I'm not just sure that it's the most classic of classic physiques. I think it's a physique that falls nicely within the criteria. I think it's a physique that falls within the weight, obviously. But I just think that that's a bodybuilder that just should let rip. That's my firm opinion on that one. Like he just should. Listen, I'm going to put 10 kilos on, forget about this category, and I'm going to be a bodybuilder because he's got everything sitting there that requires it to be a successful bodybuilder.
I'll throw a caveat in.
Yeah.
If he's runner up again, it's going to be to the guy who won South Wales overall, Isaac Manning.
Okay.
That his shape is off the charts. He's got like big quads, small waist, his lats pop, good arms. So if they're gonna go, it's gonna be. Remember the year where Dashy lost to his training partner or whatever from Perth?
Yeah.
I do.
If that's gonna happen, if that happened, then this could happen again because this guy looks like that guy. Plus, he's going to use his bands backstage.
Yeah. All right then. And then, okay, questions then. Can Danny get the nod over Chris? And can Bobby?
Well, I reckon Danny's got to get through the Danny's going to get through the Queensland and Melbourne heavyweight.
Yep.
Who
Yeah,
the Queensland? Who won won the overall then for the Queensland?
If Ryan tightens up a little bit more in the upper body, more so on the back,
Yeah.
he can bring that in tighter.
Yeah.
He's got a really, because he's not that tall either, Jimmy. He's very, very thickly muscled, but those legs are already pro standard leg, 212 pro standard legs.
Yeah.
They're ridiculous. So he's going to have that wow factor there.
Have you seen Danny's legs? Are they better than Danny's legs? Like, man,
I haven't seen Danny in person.
Danny, the way that Danny's, look, I'm not going. Danny's a massive, but the way that his are put together and the way they piece together, the way the hammy comes away from the glute, the way the glute sits, the way the quad sweeps away, it's that shit doesn't happen very often. I'm
going to go after this fucking episode. I'm going to go and look at the Queensland guys, like physique properly. I'm intrigued because. But then did the heavyweight win the Melbourne one as well?
Sorry, jump on his Instagram as well and just have a look at a lot of the photos that Ryan's put up.
What's his name? Ryan what?
Ryan Ackerman.
Yeah.
ACKERMANN.
I think it might be Ryan Viking or something like that.
Yeah, it could be under. Yeah, Ryan Viking. Guys, I am sorry, I've got to go.
Don't be silly, mate. We've got to go. Listen, while you're still there, just so you can hear it, and Jimmy for the Masters. Jimmy for the Masters. Straight up.
Oh, Jimmy for the yeah. Jimmy, we got you.
Yeah. Good. And I'll make sure that after the show that your belly is back in 30 minutes.
It's coming back.
Well, actually, Jimmy, where are you going to eat in Melbourne? Where are you going to go to?
To be fair, I've had no food noise, right? No food noise.
Yeah.
I the first 2 meals post stage on the weekend was salmon and rice.
Wow.
And I ordered to go and get 2 burgers.
Yeah.
I was told to, and I fought it. I was like, I don't really want them. He's like, go get them. When has that ever happened, right? And then, so Gretchy called me yesterday, right? And I'm like, I called me to congratulate me, be nice, yeah. And I'm like, then he goes, you booked Melbourne? Have you booked dinner? I'm like, nah. He goes, can you book the same place as we went last time because I couldn't eat properly because I had mouth ulcers. I'm like, you buttered me up just to fucking book your spot for dinner, cunt.
Oh, great.
So we do have a dinner reservation, and it's at Maha, and it's Melbourne's best restaurant. It's my friend Shane's restaurant, and it's like a fusion Middle Eastern. Chris, you're gonna froth.
Hey, I'm there. Well, I'm staying with you. Of course I'm there.
Yeah. So,
all right, guys, I'm gonna go.
All right, we're going to. So, see you guys later. Good luck to everybody. See you next week.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.
See you guys.
See you, mate. Yeah.
This has been This is Fitness. With over 60 combined years in the fitness world, Jimmy and Chris have walked the walk and are here to share what really works. Their passion is to explore new trends, dispel myths, and call out the stupidity within the industry. We hope you've enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. And we'll be back soon. But in the meantime, find Chris on social media at Chris Thomas Alpha Ethos and his website at alpha-ethos.com. Find Jimmy on social media at jimmysadak.designercoaching and his website at www.jimmysadak.com. See you next time on This is Fitness.